Hey guys, it's the Lineup Show. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'm going to take a look, a gander at this Sunday's main slate, the Week 13 main slate. Crazy to think that we're already in Week 13, but we are. It is underway after some Thanksgiving football, which was good, but it did not go my way. Fantasy-wise, at least for Thanksgiving or Black Friday. I actually have one solid lineup on Thanksgiving, and that was about it. Everything else seemed kind of topsy-turvy. I really expected Philadelphia to handily take care of Chicago yesterday, and that did not happen. Chicago actually came out and did pretty good, and I kind of expected them to do fairly well, but I did not expect them to do as well as they did, and the worst mistake was that I did not play DeAndre Swift. I did think about playing Monangai. I actually had him in my lineup once I realized how many touchdowns he's had in the last 3 or 4 weeks. A touchdown per game, I think, for the last 3, maybe 4 games. So I decided to play him. Then I ended up not playing him, and that was a mistake. But anyways, we move on. It is now the Sunday main slate. I am excited. I hope you are. Not a whole lot of quarterbacks that I like in this one, guys. We got Josh Allen that I definitely like. He's averaging 25 fantasy points a game. The Steelers are 28th against the quarterback, 32nd against the pass, or 32nd in pass yards allowed, I should say. So, yeah, he should really, really do well in this game. Although it is being played at Pittsburgh, I don't really think that matters. I still think he's going to play well. Yeah, I don't really like Matthew Stafford in this spot. Justin Herbert the last 2 or 3 weeks hasn't looked super great, but I think he's got an okay matchup. I think he could do all right this week. I don't expect him to be one of the top scorers, but I think he could do okay. Don't like Daniel Jones here playing Houston, who's number 1 against the quarterback, even as good as he's been. Don't really like Brock Purdy against Cleveland. Don't like Baker Mayfield. My favorite, again, for this week is Jacoby Brissett, who literally has had 6 games in a row over 20 fantasy points. He hasn't won all those games, but fantasy-wise, he has been tearing it up, and I dig him. I dig it this week. The Buccaneers are 30th against the quarterback, 27th in pass yards allowed per game on average, 243.5 pass yards allowed in a game. I think Jacoby Brissett's going to have a week, and I think this could be one of his best weeks thus far. He will be my quarterback this week. Sam Darnold, I don't love in this spot. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Trevor Lawrence, I do like this week. He's coming off a 21.1 fantasy point week. He averages 17.2 fantasy points a game. Tennessee's 19th against the quarterback position and 20th in pass yards allowed. I think Trevor Lawrence could have a decent game for sure. Don't really like Bryce Young here. Don't really like Aaron Rodgers here. I do like C.J. Stroud a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. The Colts are 20th against the quarterback position and 28th in pass yards allowed per game. That's about 245.4 pass yards a game. He averages 16.1 fantasy points a game, and he's only $5,000 salary. I think that's a good play. Don't know that I think it's a great play, but I definitely think it's a good one. Don't care for Mac Jones here. Don't care for Tua Tagovailoa. Kirk Cousins, I really don't like this matchup either for him, but I don't hate it. I just don't love it by any. Yeah, I don't really like it. Let's move on. I'm not going to play him, so no point in paying much attention to it. Cam Ward, I'm not going to play him either, but he's coming off a 23.9 fantasy point game. Even though there's a bunch of losses on here, he's only got one win. It looks like. Man, that's crazy. I didn't even realize that, but one win. The Jaguars are 29th against the quarterback, 25th in pass yards allowed per game. I think that even though he's only averaging 11.1 fantasy points a game, I actually think he could do pretty decent this week, or pretty well. Dare I say, maybe 18 to 20 points, fantasy points. From there, guys, let's go ahead and I was about to say move on to the running backs. I don't totally dislike the quarterback for the Saints here. Tyler Show, maybe? I'm not sure how he pronounces his name. But the Dolphins are 23rd against the quarterback, 12th in pass yards allowed. He might be a cheap option. I don't think I would play him. He only averages 8.9 fantasy points a game. But if you're willing to risk it, maybe it could pay off. Not sure, but I'm going to go ahead and slot in Brissett as my quarterback. And then we take a look at the running backs. Jonathan Taylor doesn't really have a great matchup this week. But he's Jonathan Taylor. It's actually kind of a bad matchup. Texans are 11th against the running back position and 5th in rush yards allowed. I think you could play him still just because of how good he is and how much they use him. Kind of same thing with Christian McCaffrey, but neither one of them have good matchups. I do like Bijan Robinson here. The Jets are 19th against the running back position. They are 22nd in rush yards allowed per game. So I definitely kind of dig that lineup, or that matchup. I also like Devon Achane. The Saints are 18th against the running back, 20th in rush yards allowed. And Devon Achane has just proven to be a solid running back. Don't really like James Cook matchup here. He does average a lot, so he could still do pretty decent or pretty well. But I don't think I want him in this game. I do like Bucky Irving if he ends up playing. Looks like the expectation is that he will return to action. Will he get a full workload? That's the question. If he gets a full workload, I think he would be a solid play. The Cardinals are 23rd against the running back, 17th in rush yards allowed. I could see why you would play him. I don't love the matchup, but I don't hate it. But I don't know how much he's going to play. Don't like Dowdle's matchup this week. Kyron Williams playing the Panthers, who are 25th against the running back, 18th in rush yards allowed. I think he could be a good play this week. I really do. And Travis Etienne Jr., I also think would be a good play this week. The Titans are 28th against the running back position, 25th in rush yards allowed. He's only averaging 15.4 fantasy points a game, but I think he could have a good one here. Jaylen Warren, I really want to like here because he's got a great matchup. One of the best that I've seen on the slate. The Bills are 30th against the running back position, 30th against the rush, 30th in rush yards allowed. But with that said, he just doesn't average a lot. 13.4 fantasy points a game. Not a very high average, and I don't think that I want to play him, but I definitely don't hate it. Judkins, I don't love that matchup either. Yeah, I don't think I'd play him this week. Breece Hall has a good matchup, but again, he doesn't average a whole lot. But the Falcons are 26th against the running back position, 26th in rush yards allowed. I think Breece Hall could have a pretty solid game this week. And then from there, guys, I think I would just come down to maybe Sean Tucker, assuming that that Bucky Irving does play, but maybe they have him on a snap count or something. I would think that Sean Tucker could do well. Kenneth Gainwell, I think it appears that he's more of a receiving back to me. But he has had some solid work. He had 10 attempts last week. So that's not like a ton of attempts, but it's not like, I don't know, too little, I guess. It's enough to make an impact in a game. So he might be someone you could go with. I don't think I recommend it. Kenneth Walker III, kind of the same thing. I don't love his matchup, but I don't hate it. The Vikings are 23rd in rush yards allowed. They're 13th against the running back, but he only averages 11.6 fantasy points a game. And you got Charbonnet there. So, yeah, I just don't love that. But Alvin Kamara is out. So it looks to me like it's this Devin Neal guy who I have never heard of. He got 11.1 fantasy points last week on 7 attempts and 7 targets. 5 receptions on 7 targets. The Dolphins are 27th against the running back, 29th against the rush yards, in rush yards allowed. But they're 12th against the pass. So or in pass yards allowed. I think I like him here. I think I'm going to play him. Just because he's only 5,000, he's got a really solid matchup, and I think he can get some points on these guys. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to play him, and I think I'm going to play Achane. And then from there, I don't like Jackson Smith and Jigba's matchup. I don't like Puka Nakua's matchup, though I think you could play either one of them because they're average and just how good they are. I mean, the athletes that they are. Devontae Adams, I don't love that. I know he had a really good game last week. I need to see more from the Vikings, I think, before I can just throw in Justin Jefferson again. I know he's a really good receiver. I need to see more from them. Honestly, it comes all the way down to Nico Collins is the guy that I would really want in my lineup this week. The Colts are 24th against the wide receiver, 28th in pass yards allowed. So I'm gonna throw him in my lineup right now. Egbuka, I don't totally dislike here. Cardinals are 14th against the wide receiver, 21st in pass yards allowed. Chris Godwin is back, so I don't know how much that will take away from him. I know that last week he was back and he still had, he only had 6.2 fantasy points, but he did have 8 targets still. With that said, I think Arizona is going to be throwing a lot, and I think it's going to be a shootout, so Egbuka, I think, could be a good option. Ladd McConkey on paper looks good. I just never know what to do with him. I feel like it's really hit or miss. Either you have a really good game or a really bad one. Yeah, I guess he's had a few that were just kind of in the middle, but I like his matchup. I'll tell you that much. There's just so many receivers there that are talented for Los Angeles. Brian Thomas Jr., I also like the matchup. He only averages 10.7 fantasy points a game. Tennessee's 28th against the wide receiver, 20th in pass yards allowed. I don't hate McMillan's matchup, but I definitely don't like it. But I could see why you would play him. I do like Marvin Harrison Jr. If he plays and is a full go in this game, the Buccaneers are 21st against the wide receiver, 27th in pass yards allowed. I like him, and I still like Michael Wilson. I might even play both of them, to be honest with you. Don't care for Pittman here. I like Jacoby Myers in this one. Jacksonville's 28th. I'm sorry, not Jacksonville. Tennessee's 28th against the wide receiver and 20th in pass yards allowed. I think we already said that, already covered it, but yeah, we did when we looked at Brian Thomas Jr., but I think he would be good. Shakir. I think Shakir is a great play this week. He just coming off a 21 fantasy point game. Steelers are 32nd against the wide receiver position, 32nd in pass yards allowed. I like him. I like Parker Washington here. Same thing. We already looked at the matchup. Keenan Allen, like him. Like Quentin Johnston. Trying to get through these quick for you guys. I kind of like DK here. If I'm saying his name right, that's what I've heard is DK. Coming off a 21.4 point game. Jaguars are 20th against the wide receiver, 25th against the pass, and I think they are going to pass a lot. So why not come back at it with Tennessee and DK? But you also have A.O. Manor, I think, who might be back. With that said, so kind of a cheaper option. Coleman doesn't look bad, guys. I like Coleman. I like Christian Kirk here. Christian Kirk coming off a good week. Maybe even a Gabe Davis. I don't think I would want Gabe Davis here, but yeah, there you have it, guys. Those are the receivers I think I like, except I also wanted to make mention of Higgins. He had a 13.8 fantasy point game last week. He had 9 targets, 7 in week 11, 7 in week 10. I think he's a solid pick. And I might even throw him in my lineup. I think I will, because I already have made my lineup. I haven't submitted it or anything, but I have made a lineup that I like, and it did involve him. So I actually had just a perfect amount of salary left to play him, but you'll see that in a minute. Actually, it might change, though, because I believe I had overlooked somebody. We'll see when we get to that point. But for now, I'm going to throw in Marvin Harrison Jr. and I think Wilson both. Shakir was the guy that I wanted in there that I left out. So actually, I don't know that I'm going to play Higgins, or I'm not going to play both of the Cardinals receivers. We will see. But I did want to put Shakir in there. We'll see. I'll probably take out one of these Cardinals receivers. I'm going to look at defenses before tight ends, but I like the Chargers matchup. Don't like the fact they only have 5.5 fantasy points each game. That's what they average, but they did have 13 when they played Las Vegas in week 2. And this game is at home, so I definitely could see them having a good week. I could see the Seahawks having a good week. They average 9.3 fantasy points a game. Minnesota is 30th against the defense. Same thing with the Rams. Rams are 9.5 points a game on average, and the Carolina Panthers are 24th against the defense. Even the Jaguars look good here. 7.6 on average per game. Tennessee's 31st against the defense. The 49ers just don't average enough for me to really want to play them against Cleveland. Cleveland's 29th against the defense, though, so I want to blame you if you played them. I like the matchup, just don't care for their average. Falcons averaging 7.5 a game. Jets are 23rd against the defense. All these matchups seem pretty solid. The Dolphins have a good matchup against the Saints. who are 28th against the defense. Buccaneers, 6.5 fantasy points a game. Arizona's 27th against the defense. I don't want the Buccaneers defense because I'm kind of counting on the Cardinals to play really well in this game. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, you can go down to the Raiders, and somehow the Chargers are 25th against the defense. Not sure how, but there's no way I'm playing the Raiders defense this week. With that said, the more I look at it, the more I like the Chargers against the Raiders, but I did have the Seahawks against Minnesota. I'm going to put them there for right now. And I am going to have to do away with one of these receivers. I guess I'm going to do away with Marvin Harrison and just assume that maybe he'll be on a snap count. I'm not really sure what to think. I mean, he's coming back from injury here. It says appendix, so they must have had to take his appendix out. I'm not undergoing an appendectomy. Okay. Appendectomy. Gotta talk right, guys. Yeah. I don't know that I trust him coming back from that injury, so I think I'll take him out. And I think I will play. Well, we'll see. Let's pick our tight end first. I like Trey McBride quite a bit. But the Buccaneers are 11th against the tight end, so I don't love it, but he's just been the best tight end this year. Brock Bowers, don't like the matchup, but he's pretty solid. George Kittle, I kind of like. I don't know how that just jumped to Juwan Johnson, but yeah, Cleveland's 15th against the tight end. Kittle looks good. Don't really like Warren there. I do like Dalton Kincaid. Yeah, he looks pretty solid, averaging 13 fantasy points a game. If he plays in this game, you'll want to look somewhere, make sure that he's playing. But the Steelers are 29th against the tight end, so you'll want to play him probably if he plays. I think I will. He's the guy I'm going for. K. Dotton doesn't have a bad matchup. Juwan Johnson has a good matchup. They don't average as much, but they have a good matchup. Kyle Pitts Sr., I could see why you would play him. And then the other one, Hawkinson has a good matchup. He doesn't average a lot. Okonowu, also a good matchup, but he doesn't average a lot. I kind of like Austin Barner here, or I don't know why. Guys, I'm slipping up left and right. A.J. Barner. I kind of like A.J. Barner here. He's got a good matchup. He was averaging over 9 points a game. Looks like that's down to 8.8. But I don't think I'm going to play any of them because I like either Dalton Kincaid or Dalton Schultz. I like them both. For the sake of salary, since we had Shakir in there, I might do Schultz. No, I think I'm going to do Kincaid here. We'll go Kincaid, and then that would leave 4,400 for a receiver, which I would go probably either DK or Higgins, I think is what I like there. And that actually leaves us with salary cap left over. So not a whole lot, but a little bit. Maybe Sean Tucker if Bucky Irving's on a snap count or something. But I think I'm just going to leave Neal in there and let it roll. But there you have it, guys. There's most likely my lineup or something that resembles this for this Sunday. So for the main slate, I appreciate you watching. I apologize to make this one run long if I did. And I will catch you on the next one. Feel free to subscribe. I apologize to jumble my words and names up and everything again, but I was trying to go fast for you guys to get through this. So, hey, I appreciate you. Have a good week.